Maybe you should do the opening.
No, because if I did, it'd be like, welcome, episode 4 of the Waft season 2.
There we go.
Let's go.
We're in it. We're in it. Independence Day. You won't watch this on Independence Day, though, because we're not posting it on Independence Day. But hello, friends. Welcome. Little housekeeping. Last week, we just did our normal thing, and a little something just blew up. And that is parking enforcement. Little did we know that so many of you have the same voice that we have, in that people should not park like fucksticks, or if you want to keep it PG, nincompoops.
Yeah.
But my messages and in-person communication has been blowing up, and I hear you, and I am happy to be the voice of the parking pandemic that is going on right now.
Yeah, the amount of pictures you've gotten via text of people parking like fucksticks. You know how Village Point has this like pointless security guy? You should be the parking patrol.
I am.
Yeah.
But I don't want to shame people. I'm all about championing and like building people up. Yeah. So I almost like want to put a card on people's like people's windows that says, "Good job, good for you, you crushed it," instead of like calling people out for being a fuckstick or an nincompoop. Maybe I'll just do that on Instagram. But the number of messages I get, I think Kara was one that messaged me and said like she puckers her butthole anytime.
Butt cheeks.
Butt cheeks.
Butt cheeks.
Whatever.
Oh, God.
Butthole, butt cheeks, same thing.
No.
Same thing.
Every time she parks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people are nervous they're going to get called out. I got shamed.
You did get shamed, rightfully so.
I got shamed in my driveway.
Yeah,
no one's safe.
My favorite thing was there was a lot of people that the very first video I posted, I might have been after the blog, or after the Waft came out, they're just like, was that a Cycle Bar member? Did you check that was a Cycle Bar member before posting that? I go, I don't give a shit. Like, nobody's safe. Literally, there's 2 white lines, park in between them. Period.
Or like we talked about, that first row in front of Cycle Bar, we've decided compact cars only.
Yeah,
the
like
spaces are super small. So if you have a big SUV, probably not the space for you. Go park out a little bit further where the spaces are bigger.
It's like being in a parking garage where it says like compact cars only. Those first 3 stalls right outside Cycle Bar, compact cars only.
Those
people.
are my Mini Cooper spots. Like,
yep.
It's my Mini Cooper spot. And then if you have a bigger car, you shouldn't park there.
But housekeeping, parking pandemic, it's an issue. You people totally need a voice. I will be your voice. If you want to call somebody out, or if you need to get a little something off your chest because people are parking like fucksticks and nincompoop, come to me. I'm here for you. Moving on. $2 sponsorships. We had a couple $1 sponsors and then a few $2 sponsors that have things they want to talk about. So before we get into that, we are moving right along. I told you the price is going up, people. We got bills to pay. Kind of.
Yeah, we do. But it's not going to come from the Waft.
Yeah, it's not going to come from the Waft. It's going to come from Cycle Bar. But we have a shit ton of bills to pay for Cycle Bar with the loan. But $3 sponsorship. If you would like to cover a topic, sponsor your business, whatever it is, $3. Venmo.
You can Venmo. Cycle Bar West Omaha.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of $2 sponsors
cash.
who wanted us to talk about different topics.
So we're just going to get right into this so we don't take too much of your time. Last week was a little long one at 20 minutes. We're going to try being 15. I don't like our odds, but we're going to try for it. CMAC, Carol McConnell. She wants to know how/if we maintain independence from each other with, I guess, everything we have going on.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah. I totally get what she was asking. Like, we work together 24/7. We live together. We're married. We have our puppies. Like, we do everything together. So she was like, how do you maintain your, like, you don't have a codependent relationship? Because I think, like, having time apart and doing your own thing is super important. And hopefully we get there down the line. Like, my parents have been married, like, 38 years. And I always say that the success of their marriage is that they actually spent, like, half the time together because my dad traveled, like, half the year. And so I was like, that's why they're so successful, is because they didn't actually spend all the time together. But as for right now, we do everything together.
We don't go to the bathroom together.
We don't go to the bathroom.
Yeah, there's our independence.
He is having 2 separate bathrooms, especially when you're married to Dwight. But
the fuck is that supposed to mean?
you know what it's supposed to mean. We should write a topic down. Dwight's binge eating. That needs to be another topic for the podcast after what happened last night.
Thanks for shaming me to the 99 people that watch this. Which, speaking of which, currently last week's episode, 99 views. The week before, 90 views. So I think we still only have like 11 or 12 viewers. I just appreciate you guys going back and watching this like 4 times to boost our numbers.
We're not that cool.
Appreciate you.
But I think independence is super important. Like, I always encourage you to go golfing because that's like the thing you love to do, and I don't golf. So it's like where you can have your time. Not that we have time, but if we had time, you would go golfing, and I go to Trader Joe's.
That's the key point. We don't have time.
We don't have time to
Which isn't a bad thing. This isn't
things.
us bitching. Like, we just don't have time, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because I think we just are reverse of a lot of people, which we'll get into this on another question that someone wanted us to cover, where like we're working our ass off right now so that way we can have that freedom to travel, and or like if I want to go golf on an afternoon or in a morning, I can do it. But right now, literally, there's like 3 hours of free time in a week, and those 3 hours.
Get that. Like we're up at 4 a.m. and then we usually work. We have like a 2-hour break in the afternoon where all we want to do is like nap. Sit for a moment, because then we go back to work till like 6 or 7 at night, and then we do it all over again the next day. So the days we have half days usually are Friday or Saturday and Sunday. So when we have the half day, like you don't want to go golfing. Well, and we don't want to go do anything because we're really tired.
Or when we do have that half day, that is like that's actually us to be
like
a couple.
Yeah, we have Friday nights and Sunday nights we try to do like dates. And so then we have to be a couple. So really there's no time for ourselves. Yeah. But we'll get there.
The independence will come. Today it's just 4th of July, Independence Day, but no independence for...
We're also best friends.
Yeah, which is, I think, is a key.
30 years from now I may be like, fuck off, but right now we love doing everything together.
Yeah, which is a good thing if you ask me.
Yeah, like I don't want to do anything without him.
So I hope that answers your question, C-Mac. That was $1 well spent.
Yeah.
Moving into $2 sponsorship, which I guess, Hillary, since you paid $2, you get 2 questions. That's not how this works, so whoever pays $3 next week, no. Maybe. We'll see.
Depends how good the questions are. These were good.
Hillary had good ones.
Yeah.
She mentioned, curious about us not wanting kids. That was kind of ambiguous on, I guess we can take that wherever we want it. Do you want to start?
I think from a woman perspective, I have never been that woman. Like, I'm not the girl who like always dreamed of being a mom. And I know that there are a lot of women out there who like just feel that instinct to be a mom. I am not that person. I don't have that like motherly instinct. I think babies are like cool. You keep your baby over there. So I think from that perspective, I'm not like wanting them, but more so on a couple's. It is not me just not wanting kids.
It takes 2 to tango.
Mutual agreement.
And I don't want to use this word, but for a lack of a better term, people think it's selfish that we don't want kids.
Here's my pet peeve. You get engaged and people are like, oh, when's the wedding? Or you start dating someone, they're like, oh, when are you going to get engaged? You get married and the first question I got was, when are you having kids? And I have talked to so many females recently who are like in their 30s like me, don't have kids. And it's like, why isn't the question, are you going to have kids? Why is it, when are you going to have kids? I think there's this taboo that like, as women, it's like you get married, you have kids, you have the house with the white picket fence. Like I have built a business that provides us with so much joy and so much fulfillment that like, I don't want kids. And that shouldn't be, I feel shameful saying that. And that shouldn't be a thing.
Correct. Like shame, selfishness are 2 words that come to mind when you talk about it, and that's just bullshit. And this is just the society we live in, unfortunately. Like if you don't view someone's way, they're like, you're wrong. Yeah. Which you can be right on both sides of this. You can get married, you can have kids.
And that's amazing.
And that's amazing.
That's wonderful.
And guess what? To be a parent, you have to be so selfless.
Yeah.
Because like shout out to my parents going to different baseball tournaments and sacrificing so much shit to raise me, and I'm so appreciative of that. And same with you, with your dad traveling and then your mom staying home with you guys. So like it takes so much to be a parent, and I respect the shit out of that. I don't want to do that.
Yes.
I
say that all the time too. Like as a female, like it takes a strong ass woman to be a mom and like to have a child and then to be a parent. And like I am not that strong ass female. Yeah. Like I don't think I have it in me. Like I watch some of these moms and I'm like, you are a super woman and I am not that. So
on the flip side, I think people look at us though and like, how the hell do we juggle a business and what we do barely at 30 years old?
We have a child.
And we have a child, two children, because Chipper's also a child.
Yeah.
But I don't think either is right or wrong. And also, I get fulfillment out of like, we have like cycle bar kids, I feel like, that work for us, that look up to us as role models, which guys find other role models, just throwing that out there. But no, like I find fulfillment out of teaching people like to pursue their dreams, and I just go for what they want to go for. And then I don't have to worry about cleaning up a diaper or devoting 24/7 to a child, where I want to see the world. I want to travel. We just talked about this the other day, like in our 40s, potentially like just going to like Bora Bora or something, Bali, living somewhere for like 6 months. Guess what? If we had a kid, that kid would be like 12 years old when we're in our 40s, and that shit wouldn't happen.
It's weird because it makes you feel selfish if you say, like, we want to build our dream home and we want to have all the cool adventure things and we want to buy like bikes and ATVs, and it's hard to do that when you have kids, and it feels selfish to be like, well, I'd rather travel and I'd rather like buy all those like cool things that make us happy than have kids. But it's not selfish, it's just being self-aware, I think.
Yeah, because it's like,
that is the life that we want.
Yeah, because you don't want to put a kid in a situation like we wouldn't half-ass it, but you don't want to put a kid in a situation where it's just like, you were an accident, or we didn't want you, and now we
also don't say never. We were talking about this also. Like, we don't say we're never gonna have kids.
That's right.
Right now, it is just so not on our radar that we say no right now, and no.
It's
we see it being no, but we're never gonna say that'll never change.
It's the self-awareness too of like, in season 1 of the podcast, I talked about the accountability buddy. I met with 2 or 3 different people. I did some meetings, but guess what? Plans change, and that's okay. People look at that as a failure. I'm like, who gives a shit? Like, you moved on, and you're pivoting in a different direction. So just like right now, it's no. It could be down the line, and if it's a yes, cool. And if it's a no, that's our decision. And
it's also probably the most stressful thing in my life right now, if any women can relate to this, because I'm 30 and it's like, time is not your friend on this decision. So it's actually like a freaking terrifying decision, because once you decide no and the time passes, like, that's it. So it's definitely stressful, but right now we're just in a place of no.
Yes. And to wrap that topic up, I'd be a fucking great dad. You
would.
Just for the record.
No. If you came to me and said you want to have kids, I would pop a baby out and then I would give it to you and I'd say, here you go, baby, you do it.
I can't breastfeed. I have tiny nipples. We talked about this last week. I couldn't breastfeed. No chance.
Who knows if I can with my
also,
fake tits?
I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this. I didn't realize there's a little thing called a push present for females these days. That's another reason I'm out. Why don't I get a push present? Huh? I push the sperm out. Where's my push present?
Honestly, all the women who have had babies can literally like slap him when they come in the studio, because I feel like I haven't had a baby, but like I feel like that's a real jackass comment to make. But you know,
just remember who your parking enforcement officer is. Yeah. All right.
Oh man.
Good talk. Then Hillary had one more question that she said. Emily recently posted a picture on Instagram, Facebook, talking about like the moment she fell in love with me, or when she knew that like she was at the grocery store, and simple things like that were just enjoyable. And then I posted this fun little picture of me.
That was him grocery shopping.
Yeah, in my
no
hat.
Wonder I fell in love with that.
Yes. So that's me. Everyone knows that it's just Dwight. And then she asked what my moment was with Emily, and I honestly...
He doesn't even know when he fell in love with me.
Well, I remember taking the first class with her, and her being a jackass and giving me some smart-ass comment afterwards. And then when I did my audition for Cycle Bar, I don't even know if I had talked to you since that day, but I was just like, in the back of my head, I was like, I hope this girl's at my audition. I don't know why, I just hope she's there. She's like, she's hot, whatever. Like... She's more than just looks.
Yeah.
She's got a master's degree from Northwestern. Thank you very much. Best journalism school outside of Syracuse in the country.
It's
Shout out
than
Orange.
Syracuse. Pretty sure it's higher ranked than Syracuse. But it speaks to, like, I went to his audition and I didn't even know him. Like, he had taken my class. And
I think you knew I had a girlfriend
Erica,
even.
Yeah. My best friend Erica was running the auditions, and she was like, oh, Dwight's auditioning. And for some reason, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go. And I didn't go to anyone else's. There was something. Like, it was just... I had to have him in my
I don't know
life.
if this is where it comes back to, we were always friends to begin with.
Yeah.
And then it blossomed to more. I think we were friends, but we probably both, behind the scenes in our brains, knew there was some sort of spark or like
there
physical.
Was something that just like kept us, like, you kept sliding into my DMs even though you had a girlfriend.
But I feel like that's the thing with people that hook up. Like, that person thinks they're hot, this person thinks they're hot, they hook up. Like, that's happens every day. So I think that was always in the back of our mind, but the forefront was the friendship, and that was like the glue that held our hotness together. But to answer your question, caption of this episode, the glue
Dwight doesn't know the exact moment he fell in love with me. I fell in love with him while grocery shopping at Aldi, not Trader Joe's, which is sad.
But that's how you know she loves me. She went to Aldi for me, and that's so uncouth, as she would say.
It just doesn't bring me joy.
Shout out if you shop at Aldi, though. Big fan. I do recall, though, we probably talked about this in season 1, but when, let's see, you got home on like the 6th, and on the 8th of May, I said, I love you. And then you said,
I think I love you.
I think I love you too. So you might remember the moment, but I was the first one to express it. So just saying.
Because you said it first.
Just saying.
I think there needs to be a whole episode, but we'll wrap this up with like just Dwight moments. Fun one from this weekend is we took a bus from the Denver airport to my parents' house in Vail. And we get on the bus, and there's this girl sitting in front of us, and the driver's like, by the way, like, there's Wi-Fi on the bus, and Dwight goes, oh, there's Wi-Fi. And the girl's like, literally starts laughing, and she's like, you mean Wi-Fi? And he's like, yeah, Wi-Fi. And then I was like, please ignore him. Like, and she's like, no, I can be like a smart ass too. And I was like, oh my God. That's
you just have to have fun, people. Like, don't take yourself too seriously unless you are parking. Then take that shit very seriously and don't be a nincompoop or fuckstick. I almost said dick shit. That's another good word we use. Dick shit
is a great word.
Or Shoopaloop let me know that someone is saved in their phone as twat waffle. So like we discussed last week, it's very fun just to take two words and stick them together.
I had a guy,
and that's an insult,
who I didn't date, but he was another guy in my life who I had named Douche Lord because he was a total douche lord.
There you go.
So yeah, sometimes just combining words is really fun.
Yep. But when it comes to parking, fuckstick, nincompoops, don't do it, people.
Don't do it.
And then I guess lastly, I'm just going to, Sandra, I know you're watching, probably our number one listener. No one else take offense to that, but Sandra, probably our number one listener. You wanted to sponsor last week the $2. I didn't see the $2. If you gave us the $2, let me know. But once you get us that $2, we can cover you. And you mentioned possibly talking about my wrestling journey, which I'm totally cool with that. If you want me to be in my wrestling gear for the episode, I can do that too. Yeah.
We should talk, we can talk about my first and only wrestling match experience in Indiana.
Maybe people want me to come out of retirement for one more match in Omaha. Let us know.
I'll leave that to the people.
You'd get to see both my nipples. When are we going to see your nipples?
The episode I show my nipples, we're going to have 5,000 viewers, and it's going to be great. If we want to increase viewership, I will show my nipples.
Hey, that's like...
In the nipple episode, I will show my nipples.
This is the waft.org.
It's all about fairness. So if you get to show a nipple, I get to show a nipple.
As they used to say in the olden days, a nipple for a nipple. Until next time.
Nipple.
Peace out, Cub Scouts.
Nipple for a nipple.